Hey, y'all, what is going on? I got a little bit of a different spin today on my upload. Today, we're going to be talking about Lips, also known as Bradley Jones, to his family. He was a popular mukbanger who was allegedly unalived by his significant other, and it's just been a whole whirlwind of speculation and rumors, and nobody knows what happened because there are no real news outlets reporting on a crime in that area of Atlanta. So out here on YouTube, folks are just going for what they know, or they were until Lips's sister, Nikessia Jenkins, spoke out last night on Big Belly Bob's live, and she cleared up a lot of what people had been asking, and it's really pretty sad. I'm going to give you 10 facts that I got from this. So first things first, condolences to Lips's family. This was very traumatic for them, I'm sure, because as you'll hear later on in the video, it was definitely unexpected, but the way things went down was just, all wrong. And shout out to Big Belly Bob's moderators for keeping the chat on 100 last night. The comments were nothing but condolences and green hearts, because green was Lips's favorite color, and people just speaking life and positivity and thanking his sister for coming out and clearing up the rumors. It was a very emotional live, so if you go over there and check it out, just be forewarned. All right, so let's get into the facts. The first thing is that Lips was shot on April 16th, 2025. The second thing is that he died on April 22nd, 2025, alone by himself. The third thing is that his family did not know that he was shot. From what his sister said, authorities had to find their family via Facebook. So they didn't know he had been shot for 6 days. Number four, he was on life support and had a blood clot in his heart, which is ultimately what killed him. Um, Nobody was there with him when he passed. His sister said they made their way once they found out he was in the hospital, but they didn't make it before he passed away, which is pretty sad. She said that both of their parents are deceased, and both of their parents died alone, and they vowed as siblings that they wouldn't let that happen to one another. So she was really emotional about that. She said that's the thing that really gets her about the whole ordeal, was that he died alone. Number five is that Lips's daughter didn't know that he had been shot or that he passed away until the night before this live on Big Belly Bob's channel, which means the night before last night, so April 28th. Number six, Lips will be cremated, and there will be two public balloon releases. One is in Atlanta and one will be in Mississippi. So go follow her social media, or probably follow Big Belly Bob to stay updated on the happenings with his balloon releases. She did say for number seven that Lips and production had a very toxic relationship. She said out of her own mouth that Lips was controlling and stern, and she warned both of them that their relationship could ultimately end this way. She said they operated tit for tat. So it was kind of a what you do to me, I'm going to do to you type of thing. And the thing about that is, you just never know what goes on behind closed doors. She said that she knew everything that went on because Lips told her, but I can probably bet that there was some stuff that Lips didn't tell her. So the eighth fact is that production is in prison. She said no one has heard from him and nobody in his family at the time of the live has talked to them either. There's no trial date, and the investigation is complete into what happened. So things should be coming out shortly. The ninth thing is that any funds that are given will be sent to Lips's daughter. And then the last thing is that the family will try to keep his channel going. So without too much extra commentary, there you have it. Um, what happened? Is he really dead? All those questions that were floating around can now be answered. Yes. She did say that production gave away the dog, and that was actually Lips's daughter's dog. So they're going to try and get the dog back. It's just heartbreaking all the way around. I've seen clips where he's been, talking about God and his purpose and why he's here and all of those things. So, if there's any solace in this, for me, is that, he did know God and he knew where he was going once his time on this earth was over. So, that's all I have for this video, just clearing up some of the rumors and all of the questions that are being asked around this. I don't know, what's going to happen from here. The whole thing is just heartbreaking for the mukbang community. I'm sure heartbreaking, definitely for his family, and just prayers to everybody involved. Until next time, y'all. Toodles.